Looks like O'Hunter might be going to jail. They're going to revoke his deal. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that fucking sweet? Hunter, whose crack pipe is that? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, folks? Wednesday Night Live here at work. Oh, yeah. Gotta work, man. Hope everybody's feeling good, doing good, having a good time. Oh, yeah. What's happening out there in the world? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Will, what's happening? First one on from the family. What's happening, brother? Thanks for that burrito last night. Queenslander, what's up? Thanks for that Mexican food last night, Will. Yeah, buddy. So what's going on out there in the world, man? Looks like looks like all the info's closing in on the Biden crime family. I guess they're gonna revoke Hunter Biden's deal or something. I don't know. Looks like he might be going to prison. What's going on, Beggar Trash 13? Yeah, so the sad part is if Biden, Hunter's crack pipe goes to prison, he ain't going to no prison. He's going to go to Club Fed, you know, where they kick back and suck each other off on a fucking tennis court and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's where Hunter Biden will be going. He'll be going where they play tennis and run around in fucking Speedos and shit. Frank Rizzo. That's right, Will. Yeah, you know. Robert, life's pretty good. Threw me for a loop, you know, but I hope you're doing good. We're doing all right, DeWolf. You know, the little vehicle thing overheating and blowing out, whatever, threw me for a loop. I had to, my Dodge Caravan took shit on me up in Tehachapi. I finally got rid of it. It was under the threat of being towed. And California, you abandon your vehicle, you get a minimum of $100 fine plus a charge of the tow. So that could have been upwards to $1,000. I donated it to Cars for Kids, and they got it yesterday, I believe. So that's a stressor gone out of my life, you know. And then, of course, I had to get a new vehicle. I want to give a big shout out to you-know-who. Someone on our channel really helped us out a lot in getting a new vehicle. And so I got a Ram van. It's called a Pro Max. What's up, Sugar Smack? A Pro Max City. It's a small van. A little work van. So that's, you know. So now I have to pay that off. So guys got to work, you know. Got to do that shit. Yeah, so what's going on? I guess Hunter Biden's deal is taking a shit. What's up, War Gypsy? What's up, Big Mick? That van runs pretty good, Mick. I cut across 40 and it works good. I can think about it's that song for Cars for Kids. Yeah, they got a song on the phone. Yeah, that's funny. But they took the car. Ghost Rider, what's up? Cars for Kids got the old minivan, so. I mean, it had a brand new set of tires on. I put on maybe a week and a half before it took a shit on me. It's got some good parts on it, so who knows? Maybe I can get a few bucks out of it, you know? So, yeah, so once again, Hunter Biden's deal might be taking a shit. What's up, Big Rick? What's up, Rhino? Yeah. The thing is, you know, this guy had a gun while he was in possession of drugs. And, you know, he's an ex-felon, evidently. He's a crackhead. He's not even supposed to have a gun. And if you have a gun while in possession of drugs, it's an enhancement, evidently. And this guy got some deal, man. And now they're going to revoke his deal, evidently. And so here's a question. you're the president's son, you get convicted of federal crimes, you know, and you go to prison, where do you think they're going to send him? They ain't sending him to no San Quentin or Folsom or none of that shit. Or I should say, he's not going to Leavenworth. He's not going to Marion. You know, he's not going to Springfield. Well, he might go to Springfield. That's a medical facility. And he can run around with, trannies over there and probably get him some crack while he's in the joint and smoke crack with trannies and lay around the Speedo and a tennis court, you know. That's where he's going. That just makes me sick, man. You know, I guess all the media coverage and the FBI and IRS whistleblowers, it just brought enough attention to the situation, man, where, you know, they just can't give that guy a deal, man. We don't want to use the inner workings to find a solution to take down a mobile part by metal, plastic, other than silver per pound. These materials bad. Captain, what's up? Trump will arrange his transfer. Can only hope. Yeah, Cars for Kids got the car, so you know it probably needs head gaskets minimum. The heads might be warped. I guess they make that shit out of aluminum now, so whatever. I did get a new vehicle and it runs really good, and I had just amazing amount of help. I can't. That message is held. He's gonna long poke. Yeah, they're gonna poke him long. Diesel therapy. Well, you know, he is Joe Biden's kid, you know, so, but evidently Joe Biden's in a little bit of trouble too. And what's up with this thing with Obama's chef drowned in paddleboarding or something? Who the hell drowns when they're paddleboarding? Behind Obama's house, the guy drowned. And then Obama took off, I guess, down in Martha's Vineyard or whatever, so. You know, how do you drown when you're paddleboarding? Young strapping kid, you know. Theory is he was probably having sex with Michael. Probably saw Michael's penis. They're afraid he might tell. Whatever. So they drowned him. You know. Kind of not funny, you know. But it's funny how all these people come up dead around all these people. But he's citizen and just being president, son, in the scheme of things, his crimes are lightweight, especially. Oh, well, he had a gun, bro. He had a gun while he's in possession of drugs, and he's an ex-felon. So ex-felon with a gun, federal, is either 10 or 20 years on its own. If you have ex-felon with a gun while you're in possession of smoking crack, on video, he's got a gun while he's smoking crack. That's an enhancement. You or me is going to get 10 years minimum for that in the feds. So, you know, fuck him. And it goes deeper than that. You know, Biden's getting a lot more evidence is coming out that the Bidens were influence peddling, accepting bribes, and all kinds of other crap, you know. Bottom line, they sold our country out to communist China. What's up, Timbo? And several other countries. My dad bought a. He's both been broke for almost 10 years ever since recent. That's right. Panoid 313, what's in being worse than Tehachapi Shoe? Oh man, Tehachapi Shoe, I've never been there, but I heard about it. Whack was up there. Told me stories about it. And, you know, Brian Wood, what's up, brother? Hey, everybody, let's give a big happy birthday shout out to Brian Wood. It's his birthday. Marine Corps veteran, combat veteran, Marine Corps. Happy birthday, Brian. Yeah, Tehachapi Shoe is not a fun place to be, from what I understand. Nowhere in the shoe is good. Any shoe term, any hole, any ad seg, but especially when you got to do, you're welcome, bro. Especially if you're doing years in the shoe, you know, it sucks. It really does. That's right. So here's the other thing. everybody's stuck on this movie, The Sound of Freedom, right? Oh, before I get any further, what's up, Bruno? We do have a raffle going right now. It's more like a fundraiser to help pay off a new car. I don't know how far we're going to get with it, but the fundraiser is whoever wins the raffle, they get a painting. They get a custom painting. You know, I'll paint, like, if they want a painting of their bike or their car or their boat or their house or their dog or whatever, I'll do a painting of it. If they want a seascape or a landscape or some flowers, I'll do a painting for them. And the tickets, we got a raffle. The wife's going to post it somewhere on our community page, I think, where you can get tickets for the raffle. And so we got about a month. We're going to run it and see what happens. But anyway, so let's see. Everybody who's none of this comments being held for review. I don't get it. So anyway, everybody's watching this movie. The Sound of Freedom is great and all that, right? The building, great, dude. The Sound of Freedom's about trafficking, human trafficking, mainly probably children. And so you can get busted with a piece, 12 inches of dope, mandatory 120, 10 years. Yep, there you go. And the feds are pretty much the same. What's that say? Come on. Dan Chambers, what's up? So anyway, this movie, The Sound of Freedom, was made 5 years ago. All right. It was financed by a guy, Carlos Slim. I think he's a Mexican. He's from Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the richest guys in town. Big money, right? And he's also very good friends and supporter of Bill Clinton and Obama. So this guy is a super tight. I got a couple of minutes, bro. That big today. That's right, Brian. So this guy's very tight with the Clintons. Check it out. It's true. He's a supporter of the Clintons. Supporter of the Clinton Foundation. He's a supporter of Obama. These are the same people that are accused of child trafficking. Please hit that like button, folks. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and please share. So this guy, Carlos Slim, is friends with Clinton and Obama, that whole crew. I believe he's good friends with Bill Gates. Very tight with Bill Gates, very tight with the Clintons for sure. Supports them, all that. Carlos Slim. He's the one that financed this movie, Sound of Freedom. So if Bill Gates and Clinton's Sleepy Jones are the preverts that they all that they say they are, we know Bill Clinton went to the Epstein Island like 26 times from the flight logs, and we know Bill Gates went there. You know, Mr. Vaccine, Chomo, whatever. Some guy came out on a speech and got arrested for calling Bill Gates a child molester, basically. This guy, Carlos Slim's, good friends with these people who are suspected of being involved with child trafficking. Sexual deviants that like to have sex with minors, So why would a guy who supports them finance that movie? Bruno's doing my oil leg down. Yeah, it was 103, I think, here today. So that means all the money that movie's making is going to people who support child trafficking. See what I'm saying? I mean, it's going right back to the same people that the movie's about. So, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Mel Gibson, Thunderdome, all that shit. He's a fucking weirdo. He should just go back to Australia and lick his nuts. He got busted a while back talking shit about his wife, making racial slurs, and he's kind of a nut. Uh, if that if that shit's true, sure they should do something about it. But they're saying the CIA is the biggest child traffickers in the world. They have a child trafficking ring. The Clintons are involved, all this other shit. So why would somebody that supports the Clintons finance a movie about child trafficking, right? About human trafficking. Makes no sense to me. So I think the movie's just, I don't know. I think the wrong people the people that they're involved with that shit are making money off the movie, so for financing it. So who knows? Dive into it, see what you think. I just think it's kind of shady, and they keep pumping it up. So whatever, So somebody said today, man, how come you don't have more views, or you should have way more views, or way more subs? Man, we got like almost 25,000 subscribers on this channel. Granted, I've been slacking since I got started working, but gotta work to pay the bills. We don't have enough subs and video watching to do it full time, so I have to work. But I'm pretty satisfied with our viewership, and the wife's dropping a video. It's sick. I think she's going to rerun part 1 and part 2 of the interview with Brandon. Sorry it's taking so long. And we have another interview in there with someone from Indiana, I believe. So we'll keep them coming as long as you guys watch them. It's a lot of work for her to do to edit the videos and all that kind of shit. So anyway, how's folks doing, man? What's happening out there in the world? My world is basically work, and that's about it lately. I'm trying to do a little bit of artwork here after hours, but tonight we had to go live. I do think what's up, C. Wilson? I do think I get a notification for you anymore. It's been a year. Glad you're still doing it. Thank you, Lance. Lance Romance. Maybe you gotta unsubscribe and then resubscribe. I don't know how that works. A lot of guys don't get notifications. I don't know why. It does happen, And I think that's YouTube playing favorites, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, it's kind of bullshit. So we've been working, hanging doors, doing thresholds. All right, Lance, let me know if that works out. We're finishing up one of the buildings, and Troy, what's up? Yeah, I love bike night too. I wish I could go more often. I just live too damn far away. Especially to ride, I have this van now. We got the Ram van. It's a Pro Max City. It's called. It's a work van. How long you been subscribed to one's channel? I don't know, Sugar Smack, how that works. I should tell you somewhere. I know membership, that does tell you how long you've been a member, if you're a member. It does do that, Yeah, bike night's a hell of a thing, man. People hang out and bullshit and get along, I like it. It's a good thing. Bikers are the shit. Heartbeat of America. Motorcycle riders. Yeah. Been getting in a little debate about a comment I made about something in Britain. It shows these guys marching with their bear fur bike fit in the van. I don't think my bike will fit in that van. Trump biker. But I made a comment about, fuck the Queen, fuck the King, all that shit. And people started talking a lot of smack about America, and without the French, you would have lost, and all this other shit. And I'm like, we didn't lose, so that's the bottom line. We have our independence. We don't have a king. We don't have a queen. Fuck them. But in the end, people over there in Britain are decent people. They have the same problems we have. You know, their country's being run by assholes that are globalists. They don't give a shit about England, Great Britain. All they care about is joining the global community, which is, you know, not something. You know, I think America should just back the fuck up off that shit, because all it does is, you know, keep us in a state of war. I don't know. Anyway, I just think, you know, the world's kind of fucking weird. You look at what's going on over there in Ukraine. All these other countries are rallying up. NATO countries, they're sucking us in deeper and deeper. This fucking guy Biden. You got George Christie talking shit about Trump, because Trump said he could end this war in 24 hours. And George Christie, or Chris Christie's talking shit about Trump. Fat fuck. He did a piss-ass job as a governor of New Jersey. He got in trouble. Now he's trying to run for president. He's got about as much energy as I'm a veteran and I'm glad I am out. Me too, Wyatt. Because I do not like seeing our military used for cannon fodder. You know, for some globalist fucking nightmare. You know. So yeah, Chris Christie's saying, how in the fuck is Trump gonna end this war in 24 hours? Well, he's a smart dude, and he knows how to cut deals, and so, you know, they had deals set up to end this war. Putin signed them. This moron that got over there, Zelensky, wanted to sign it, and then the United States and Europe said no, don't sign it. The Minsk Accord, the second Minsk Accord, it would have ended the war several years ago, but the Bidens and everybody said no. So what's that tell you? They're making fat money off this war, and their friends are going to make fat money rebuilding that area. You know, what's up, Resin? It's all about the money. They don't give a fuck about the human lives being lost, the destruction of property. It's bullshit, man. So there could have been an end to this war. Putin was going to do it. They wouldn't allow it. So this guy Zelensky's handlers wouldn't allow it. So, you know, that's the way of the world, man. Our tax dollars are funding a war, and then our tax dollars are going to fund the reconstruction of another country that's not ours, while people starve in the fucking streets, you know. Look at both Bush presidents. They're fucking scumbags. They sucked us in a war that we didn't belong in, killed 1 million fucking Iraqis. For what? On a lie. And Trump called it like it is. Trump called it a lie. He said they lied to us. There were no weapons of mass destruction over there, and they knew it. They just want war, man. They want war because they make money off war, you know? Poppy Pets Paris, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, so we got the raffle going, and we're going to have custom painting for the person that wins the raffle. Please check our community page out, and let us know what you think. It's about to hit the fan. What's up, Carl? What's up, big brother Carl, man? How you feeling, brother? Yeah, I think Carl's right. You know, shit's about to hit the fan, and it's not going to be pretty. And people are not going to like it. All these people that have supported these morons in power, they're going to regret it. And, you know, they said, there was a prediction I read in the 80s. It said that they had to have 3 world wars to have communism spread throughout the world, to bring communism full-blown into Europe and the Western world. They were going to have 3 world wars. Living every day. That's right, brother. Let's all pray for Carl. He's got some medical things going on. Let's pray that he gets back to good health. What's up, Turkey? How you doing, brother? That's our little brother, Turkey Loco. The Fed just raised interest rates again today. Fuck. The Fed's a joke. It's so expensive. That's why we moved. It's expensive everywhere in California. You can't buy a house unless you're a fat baller. You can barely afford gasoline. It's crazy. People are moving to Oregon. It's not much better up there, but it's, a little better. Arizona's getting, more people than they can handle. Florida's getting so many people from California, they're running out of drinking water. So how they run out of drinking water in the swamp, I don't know, but they are running out of water down there from what I hear, But, I just trip every day how the world out here, actors are crying about low wages. Fuck them actors. I don't even watch TV. I watch YouTube. And they don't get paid a whole lot. They get paid a whole lot less. They should pay guys on YouTube the same as them actors are getting paid. Then we could have even more YouTube shit and even better YouTube shit. Fuck them actors. I could care less about them. They don't contribute a whole lot except propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, people are moving out of California that can afford it. And the people that can't, they're slave to the grind, man. It's, guys I work with, who's in the cost of living is getting insane. Hope you've been well, Mitch. Thank you, J.E. YouTube purchase only a tad better than Twitch. YouTube creators deserve the big bucks. Yeah, I think people that create good YouTube content should get paid as much as actors. Actors don't contribute nothing but propaganda for the most part, I did like some things like that Peaky Blinders. That was pretty cool. But, in the end, most of the shit you see on TV is propaganda. They're pushing a narrative that they want you to believe. So, fuck TV. Greetings down under. Poppy Pets Paris. That's right. Yeah, New Zealand, man, that's a small island nation, and man, there's nowhere to go. If you think about it, California's as big as a lot of countries, right? And there's some place you can go. The United States is huge. So you can go anywhere. You can go to Kentucky, Tennessee, Arizona, New Mexico, whatever. If you live in New Zealand, there's nowhere to go. You're landlocked, on this island. So, that's right. Yeah, there's nowhere to go. So, I feel for you guys down there. I really do. So, Hunter Biden's crack pipes might be going to jail. He's going to lay around the federal, what do you think, Mick? What kind of federal prison do you think the president's son's going to go to if he is convicted? Camp Cocksucker. Lay around the tennis court with your Speedo on, with your sack hanging out, getting a suntan, talking shit about all the dummies in, in the Ukraine and in China that paid you millions of dollars. That's where this dude's going. He ain't going to a hard-ass pen. It's a damn shame. I really like some of the shit Robert Kennedy Jr. is saying about the middle class and he said basically they're trying to purposely decimate the middle class in this country. His dad probably has his pardon papers ready already. I don't think he's going to get away with doing that, man. I really don't. Hopefully his trial won't end. His sentencing won't happen until after the election and the next president gets in there. You know what I'm saying? That would be nice. This dude Biden is just a fucking nightmare. And all these people that voted for him, I hope you're happy, dude. It's false hope. uh, yeah, I trip on how the world out here on the streets is so similar to the world in prison. I mean, it's very similar. Um, you got dudes that think they're upper echelon prisoners. They do all kinds of fucking dirt, man. And if other dams are right, I'll get you. It's all bad. That's right. Uh, you know, it's very similar in prison, what's going on here in the world. And, you know, prison staff are just right there in it, too. I can only... I can only imagine what it'd be like if this guy Kennedy gets in there. He knows that his ass. Like that comment, Troy's being held. He knows the CIA killed his dad. Slick Rick, what's up? Slick Ruler. Slick Ruler, congratulations on getting your contractor's license. 28 months he's been a member. Isn't that something? Yeah. So Kennedy knows that the CIA killed his uncle. He knows for a fact. I mean, he's a pretty smart guy. He knows the vaccines were a fucking scam. He also knows that the country's being run by corporate. He said it's like corporate socialism, and for the middle class, it's brutal. You know, free market. It's brutal, and the socialism in this country goes only to the rich, and all the money goes. It gets drained from the middle class and given to the upper class, and you know, I can only agree with him. You know, I think he'll be safe. He says he'll be safe, and another thing he said was, you know, he's willing to give his life. He goes, "There's a lot worse things than death." And one of them is living in a tyrannical government and leaving a country in a state of tyranny for his children to live in is worse than death. So, you know, he's committed as an American, and that's what he talks about. America needs to come back to being America. So, I mean, you can't argue with that. I mean, if Trump doesn't get elected, then he should get elected. One of them two guys need to get in that White House and straighten the country out. And he doesn't talk shit about Trump. He said, you know, the reason Trump got elected was in our knees is hell. It is, dude. It's rough, you know. But what he said was, you know, Americans want shit broken. They want to break shit. You know, they want shit broken. And that's why Trump got elected. When Trump got elected, he started breaking shit. And that's why people love him, you know. They want the fucking IRS broken. They want the FBI broken. They want the tax system broken. They want the grip on all this shit in this country that keeps us in a state of just a constant work. What's up, brother? Big Goose. That's the primary again. I think he will. Grover Cleveland. You know, I mean, dude, they take so much of your money for taxes and they waste it. Oh, there's a raffle. That's a rafflecreator.com. There's our raffle information, folks. Please log on and buy some tickets. The winner gets a painting of their choice. They get a custom painting. My rendition, artist's rendition of what they would like painted. So we need to take care of our own. Poppy is what we need to do. You know, I'm helping to remodel a motel, 95 beds. When we're done, they're going to move homeless people in there. And give them a place to live. This is the third one that I know of that the company I work for has done. You know, it's just drop in the bucket, man. Why do we have so many homeless people living in this country on the streets? Why is fentanyl taking over our fucking drug trade and just killing people, destroying people, and this other shit called trank? And why do we have so many mentally ill zombies walking the streets spun out on fucking meth? and crack that's got fentanyl in it as well. Dude, it's a nightmare. Uh, hey, them rooms have air conditioners. They got mini splits in them, TVs, cable, kitchenettes. We're hooking them up. It's the American way. I mean, they say they've spent like $17 billion on the homeless problem in California. They got more homeless people than ever. So how that fucking works, I don't know. It just, homelessness has become in California an industry. And they say out of every dollar, mind you, $17 billion, sounds sweet. They better take care of it. They won't. They've already destroyed one of them so bad they boarded it up. Anyway, they say like 30% of the money goes to the homeless and the rest goes to administrators. They say if the homeless problem was solved tomorrow, thousands of people would lose their income because administrators are their whole income is based on the homeless problem. It's created a whole industry all its own. So we need to take care of our country. We need to take care of each other, and that's kind of what this channel has become in a long way. In a lot of ways, it's all about the Hard Intentions community, family, right? I think that's what the country needs to become. It's new, no bugs. They lucky mofos. That's right. This country needs to recognize, man, that their neighbors are them, and their neighbors are in the same situation they're in. FTW, what's up? Kenny. Well, they're in there smoking crack and meth and shooting heroin's what they're doing. So, but the bottom line is they're off the streets. I don't know how this one's going to run. I don't know if they're going to have rules, regulations. I don't know. So, administration hire the doctors. That's right. What they should do. Girl, doing. That's right, baby. What's up, John Doe? That's right. That's right, Sean. We need to take care of our country, and we need to take care of the people that are not doing so well in this country. That's right, Will. Because bottom line, they are us. Our country is our country, and it's pretty special as far as I'm concerned. When the fuck can a guy do 38 years in prison? Granted, I've had jobs since I've been out. I've always strived to have work. That's right, Poppy. But I mean, we have a house, and got a couple cars now, motorcycle, dogs, goats, and we got a life. So name you? What's up, Sonny? Name me another country. Sonny Cat. Slick Ruler. The message, I can't read the message. You name me a country where that can happen, other than the United States. It just it doesn't happen. Recovery for housing. They probably should require people to not be loaded, not to have drugs on the premises, or alcohol. I mean, those were the rules. Those were the rules in the transitional housing I was in. You couldn't have dope, or you weren't supposed to. In the country, big bitch. That's right, Sean. You weren't supposed to be getting loaded there, but I mean, as long as you didn't have it on premises, minimum that should be a requirement. But what I hear, these guys are laying around getting loaded, so whatever. I mean, Mike, what's up? Personally, I think the person that said hire more doctors is they need people to give therapy to these dudes and get them off the fucking dope, get them in the workforce. That's what needs to happen, man. And there are some nonprofits that are trying to get these guys off the street. I'm sure they thrive on donations from wealthy people that got big hearts. He's a drunk. Well, I hope he does well. I hope he stays off the streets. Because there's no way to. Angel of death. Thompson beat me up. Oh, come on. I find that hard to believe. I don't think Thompson could beat you up, bro. You'll sick the angel of death on him. Yeah, so we need to do more. That's badass. He has a job interview. That's so fucking cool. So there are nonprofits, there are nonprofit funding with government funding projects like this that we're working on. I mean, there's people that are concerned about, the homeless, the drug problem. There's people that are concerned about it, man, and they want to help, but I think they need better direction. This is a positive thing we're doing, but I went to the 7-Eleven last night to get some energy drinks for this morning because I got home late. I got the apartment late, or the motel late, and there were these about 10 people outside the 7-Eleven sitting around playing some game, partying it up, man, like 1 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, check out Chris in Retro. He's all about it too. Not my opinion. There's been a few 90 days, I guess, up here. That's a heat wave. That's right. Yeah, Chris in Retro's about it. He puts his he walks the talk. Oh, JB Well, thank you so much. I used to hate him for being a deadbeat, that piece of shit dad. I'm realizing now he had a very rough life due to the cards he was dealt. Lesson I learned: don't be a turd. Those actions, last generations. Keep at it, Uncle Mitch. Thank you so much, JB Weldon. I'm sorry you lost your pops, man. I'm sorry. I lost my mom. I never got to know my real dad. What's up, Billabong Matt? I could feel for you, bro. My real dad died before I got to meet him, but my stepdad was a mean fucker, and so I can kind of relate, My stepdad was a roofer from the time he was 16 years old. He went to Korea in the war in Korea. He was a hard-ass alcoholic. Started drinking on the job, on the roof at noon. We'd roof. I'd go to work with him, We'd roof, break for lunch, and after lunch they start drinking beer, and then they go to the bar and drink whiskey. And, he was a mean fucker. But in his own way, he did the best he could, to try to teach me, how to work and how to be accountable and shit. So, yeah, exactly. I was a bet, being on bet. Wasn't mean, but tried to drown his yeah. Well, I'm glad he wasn't mean, but alcohol detaches people from others, and maybe he had issues from Vietnam. Maybe he had issues from when he was a kid, bro, like the wife just said, we don't know what our parents have, what they're going through or what they've been through, because they don't that generation especially, bro, they didn't talk about it. They were hard asses, They were just stand-up dudes, do what they had to do, and they didn't cry about it. So, yeah, I'm sorry you lost your pops, man, and I just hope that you have. Thank you, Carl, so much. Carl bought 3 tickets for the raffle. Wow, thank you, Carl. Please check our raffle out. What's up, Zach? Yeah, check our raffle out. We got a raffle going. Winner gets a custom painting. There's the connection right there. I'm sure in his own way, your dad did the best he could. My dad was my stepdad, so I shame and first one to pick me up from jail. That's right, Sonny Cat. Poppy, I'm sorry to hear that, man. And yeah, they're rough and tough men. Yeah, people treated Vietnam veterans like shit, man. Uh, yeah, Carl's been a blessing to us in more ways than we can account for. So let's pray for Carl because he has some health issues. Let's just pray that he can get his health back and recover his health. Put some positive vibes out for Carl. You know, some of the women from them times were hard too, you know. But you know, my mom passed away a couple years ago. She was, and she, you know, she was a mean person as well. Very narcissistic. Um, kind of lived in her own reality. You know, when I was a kid, I ran away from home. I used to run away, go party, and all that shit. And she turned me over to the fucking cops. That was my first go to jail. The sheriff's told her, well, just turn him over to us, and we'll take him to juvenile hall, and they'll help you out. They helped me out, all right. You know, it just led me down a road that took me to prison. But my mom was kind of a fucked up person, but she was my mom, and I remember when she passed away. You know, I thought, man, but I missed her, even though she was kind of a messed up person. I don't know what the hell she went through as a kid either, you know. But you know, it just she had a personality all her own, man. Yeah, Poppy, sorry for loss. So when we lose people, we reminisce and think about them, and that's how we keep them alive, you know. Tell me, forgiveness isn't the person you're forgiving, it's for you. That's absolutely right, you know. Um, yeah, and you know, forgiving moms was an easy deal. Um, I gotta walk in a mile, someone shoot before you can judge him. That's absolutely right. Who's your daddy? I've been giving this old Vietnam vet these cannabis caps that help him for over 3 years every month. A great guy who would do anything for. That's right. That's right, brother. That's cool. Man, for leading bikes and we some badass. Thank you, man. Thank you, Sean. I just do what I can, you know, and did the best they could. Hi, Sean. Sean Blue, what's up, bro? Jillian, nice to be hard. That's right. Hey, Lex, what's up? You know, have one mom. Yep. And even if your parents are fucked up, man, I mean, they're your parents, you know, and that's a badass Hoosier. That's right. You know, I miss him. You know, even my stepdad, I miss. Uh, you know, he was hard dude. That's right. All good in San Diego. Let me get some water here. I ain't at home, so yeah. You know, even the women of that generation were pretty rough, man. I mean, they just bit their lip and did their deal, you know. So that's the people that raised us, man. I'd like to know who the hell's raising these kids we got now. You know, you seen that movie with what's up, Rebel Rob? With Rowdy Piper, puts the glasses on, it says obey and on submit and all that. That's right. That's right, Oos. God, where's your love you? Well, we love you too, Carl. Very much. It's a movie. Yeah, their life was a movie, man. They lived. That's right. The phones are raising. The pup's staying cool. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, it showed one today, and it shows the sign. He puts his glasses on. It says "Cut your penis off." You know, the hidden message. You know what I mean? It's just fucking crazy what's going on in this world, man. So, that's right. We love Carl. Let's get some positive vibes out for Carl, man. He's a dynamite dude, and he's a Vietnam veteran. So, I'm going to get them a puppy pool. in front here and a tub in the back. That's right. Yeah, we got a plastic puppy pool in front, and we got a big metal tub in the back, and they run around and get in it. You know, they're fucking cool. I mean, what other country in this world could I have a house with a wife and motorcycle and a truck and all this shit and dogs? And I love it. You know, our dogs are great. You know, when I get ready to cut out for work, they get all depressed. And I guess, dogs have heart, man. You can't tell me otherwise. Animals they got big heart. And thank you for my freedom. What's up, Jason? How you doing, brother? Yeah, thank you for my freedom, you know. So these people on Instagram I'm going back and forth with for the England, dogs are the best. In England, they can't get enough, you know, and they're like, the Royal Marines are the oldest, I don't give a fuck how old. We have the best military in this country, in this world, I think. Our military is top notch, and it doesn't matter that their Royal Marines have been around longer than our country has. Our Marines and our SEALs and our Air Force and our Army, and they're fucking a cut above, man. And I love it, you know, and I just can't thank them enough. That's you guys have been in the shit. They make our country, oh wow, Zach, that's cool. They make our country what it is. I seen a thing the other day. It says, you know, people say the there's nothing backing the dollar's going to collapse. And then it shows the armada of aircraft carriers, you know, planes flying, you know. It said that's what backs the dollar, you know. That's what backs this country. And you can't tell me, and oh wow, hats off to your nephew, Mike. There's a lot. Give us some pride. Yeah, I just don't get it. You know, there are some people in this young generation that have some pride in what they're doing, pride in this country, and they're joining the military, and they're still, you know, my nephew was a firefighter in the military, in the Air Force, and he was in Afghanistan, and he did more than just fight fires, so. But you can't tell me, you know, like this thing over there in Ukraine, you know, if Putin has got to have a little bit of fear that the United States would get involved in there, boots on the ground, bring all our shit over there. Otherwise, and I don't got a problem with Putin or whatever. The thought of having to go head to head with the United States probably makes him tremble. You know, and I'm not in anyone who has a problem with us. Even China doesn't want to fuck with us. You know, half of the Chinese military is probably forced to, you know, to join. Social divide is manufactured. It is. Because, you know, like we go places, like we travel to Missouri to see her family. People down there, they think all that shit's a joke. I mean, they're not divided. You go in certain communities, like where we live, people aren't divided. People are proud of this country. They're proud of their neighbors. I've never been anywhere. Peace, Sean. I've never been anywhere where I've seen, you know, what's actually, I mean, I've seen a little bit of it in Sacramento before the last election, but not, you know, most places I go, people are kind of cool with each other. Good old Muse, that's right. What's up, Big Kev? How you doing, Smitty? You go, so any town you go in, especially smaller towns, people are, you know, they're proud to be Americans, and they're proud of their neighbors, and they're not, you know, there's no divide. It's in the bigger cities, and it is manufactured, because for the most part, Most people don't give a shit what the next person's doing until you get into places where they're told that they should give a shit, you know. And that's something that's put it in. I'm grateful for this. That's right, Poppy. You know, that's something that they're being taught in the cities, you know. Yeah, we're grateful for where we live, man. People out there are all pretty much on the same page. Wow. That's pretty badass. You know, Australia, though, is off on that woke shit, too. But, I'm glad you guys got to work. America makes some badass shit. We do live in God's country, Mike, and we love it, you know. So, yeah, please hit the like button and please share. I would like to get this channel up in numbers as far as subscribers. That'd be pretty awesome. So we got to share it, you know, and get other people to check it out. But yeah, you know. So this debate about, I got into it, people from Britain. It's like, you know, you guys, like, we won the Revolutionary War because we had help from France and Spain and blah, blah, blah. Who gives a fuck? We got independence. You don't. You know, you lived under a king and a queen, and we had our independence. And then you sold your country to the Rothschild family. I keep thinking where. We have a well. That's right. I can't read. I lost my dad this week. I used to hate. Oh. So, you know, we have our independence. Even managed many grateful Americans in prison. Yeah, Joe. Believe it or not. Now there's groups of people that say I'm not American. You know, I'm an African, or I'm this, or I'm that. But that's kind of small. Most people in prison, you know, they watch football, they watch the elections a lot. They watch elections and debates probably closer than people out here do. They want to know what's going on. They want to know what people, then they'll sit on the yard and debate it. Like, did you hear what that guy said? And I think it's bullshit because of this, that, and the other. And that makes them feel like they're participating in, maintain the one house. Yeah, we have a wellhead. It's great. We have our own water. Comes from 800 feet below surface, 800 or 900. Yeah, so they people in prison, man, during election times, they watch the debates, they discuss it. It makes them feel like they're a part of it, you know, and they're proud to be Americans. I mean, I've sat in the yard and talked about, you know, Drifter. All's good. A little chewy. We have a water softener. Yeah. Anyway, guys in prison are pretty patriotic, believe it or not. They love the country, they're being here, and it's just, you know, they know damn well if they lived in another country, they wouldn't be sitting around prison bullshitting on the yard about the election. They'd be getting treated pretty fucking bad. And so they're grateful for that also. Plus, you know, they're grateful to have their families can visit them. Some cases, family visits. You know. Yeah, all's good, brother. I'm just out. I'm working, so I'm renting, so I'm roughing it. Yeah. So, well, going off grid. Oh, wow. Going off grid, man. What do you think, Adrian? It'd be kind of hard for us to do. We'd have to get solar panels. My neighbor has a windmill, which is pretty cool. It costs a little bit of money, you know. My neighbor has a windmill, and it knocks his electricity bill down. But, you know, bottom line is, even in the middle of summer, we run our air conditioner 24 hours a day. We set it around 70. I think that's where she sets it at. Our electricity bill's only like 120, 130 bucks. Where I talk to people out here, they're paying 3, 4, 500 bucks a month for electricity in California. I did not see the UFO hearing. Please tell us about it. Good night, Sugar Smack. Oak Poacher, what's happening? Yeah, Miss Smiley's the shit, man. What did they say? Have you tizzing roof? And my soul shine on. That's right. So what were they talking about as far as UFOs? Our electricity bill, the highest we paid so far, I think is 130 bucks. And in the winter, it's about 80, 70 or 80. It's heart and soul. I like that guy, but I didn't like what he said about guns. He said guns are too easy to get, so. They said they found non-human biological matter. Wow. ACI. What's ACI? Alien something intelligence? I don't know. I don't know if they do. Who said that would that be like CIA or somebody saying that they have that stuff? If they have it, why don't they disclose it? Show it to us. I don't give a fuck. I used to listen to Father Malachi Martin on the Coast to Coast, and he helped with the movie The Exorcist. He was an exorcist in the Vatican for 8 years. He's a pretty cool dude. And he said that they do have Luciferians trying to take over the Vatican and all this shit. But anyway, this guy calls in and he goes, well, Malachi Martin, now that they've found that there's life on other planets, doesn't that prove that God doesn't exist? And he goes, no. Wow. They had a day the guy was retired from the, you'll have to check it out. All right. Anyway, Father Malachi Martin said it would just prove how glorious God really is, that he could do this on more than once. Right? Meaning create this, So, it's pretty cool. I mean, there could be life anywhere. If God can create this planet, he can create them wherever he wants. I saw that International Space. On the porch, sunset, it was awesome. Who knows, right? We live in a pretty big galaxy, pretty big universe. Goes on forever as far as I know. So there could be anything out there, right? And, if there are aliens or, people from other planets, what's their intentions and why did they come here? And how do we nab them? If they're that smart where they could have a spaceship that come here from another planet, that's right, War Gypsy, how are they just locked in here with us? I mean, yeah, they must think we're fucking cavemen. I've heard all the theories. They give us the technology and all this other shit. Money, money, money. I don't think it would, I don't know. I don't think it would destroy society or make people freak out or whatever. And more than one board game because he has the creator of all board games. That's right, brother. He's the creator of all board games. Yeah, So, why wouldn't they tell us, hey, there's life on other planets. This is what we know. Tell us. Money. It's an infinite universe. That's absolutely correct. And, God's in charge, man. That's the bottom line. So, Drifter, I would like to know what people who come from other planets, if that's such a thing, what they know. Now, a non-human biological entity, they could be a blob of slime from another planet. So you got to watch the wording. It doesn't mean a humanoid type person from another non, you know, non-Earth dweller, extraterrestrial. Terrestrial, that's terra, comes from terra, means earth. It means, so extraterrestrial. That guy, Admiral Byrd, said there's a hole in the earth and people fly around in spaceships in the earth. So, some of the pubs. Thanks, babe. I'll chat with you in a while. That could be, so maybe they're people who live inside the earth, like Admiral Byrd said. Who knows? Oh man, I'd love to chat with someone from another planet too. What if they could just communicate with you telepathically? Huh? That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to know how the fuck they got here and why they came here and what they think about us. There are roughly 200 billion galaxies in observable. Isn't that something? 200 billion galaxies. Out of all them, I mean, if they're just one planet, that's 200 billion planets. Interdimensional. I believe it's something like that. You go from one dimension to another. Charlie, what's up? Dogs are telepathic. I believe they are. Beer and go for a ride. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they say they have underground bases with people that are Nephilim, and the Nephilim were actually extraterrestrial and all kinds of shit. I've heard every fucking theory, and now it's all over Instagram and all that kind of shit. So, no helmet law. No helmet law in Arizona. So yeah, so I mean, it's. I'd like to see more of the Senate hearing. I've caught a clip and I didn't watch it. Most of the clips I've seen lately are about, Biden and the IRS and all that other shit. I've done plenty of what I'm. One good thing. Yep. Stood still. Do you read any good conspiracy theory books? Occasionally. Yeah, there were giants in the world. Abraham Lincoln talked about giants being in this world. They've uncovered giant skeletons all over this country, and 5 kids later, and they take them off to the Smithsonian, never to be seen again. So, who knows? I'd like to have that golden goose. My question is, do they hide shit from us? I don't really listen to Alex Jones anymore. I used to when I was in prison. Redheads too. I'm good, Jay Will. How are you doing? I don't know if any of that shit's true. I think it could be, but who knows? They say they got good aliens and bad aliens and all this other shit. Bible says there were giants before the flood and after. Yep, I believe that's true. Why do they hide the bones of these giants? Helmet, old great beard, and you don't want a helmet as much as. And I'm still kicking. Humans made Nephilim. Yep. But they got stories in America about these giants that were cannibals, and they would attack the Indians and get them and kill them and eat them. And so the Indians teamed up and killed all the giants. And they've dug up some of their bones and they just take them away. There's legends about caves in the Grand Canyon of Arizona that had Masonic type stuff in there, and ritual rooms and giants, skeletons of giants in there. I mean, you know, ain't nobody knows because they won't tell us. They're not telling us for a reason. So, the mounds. Yep, they got mounds. They got the Snake Mound. East Coast has mounds all over. And they also have pyramids everywhere. Every country has pyramids. Had a mini stroke, unlocked. Mitch McConnell needs to fucking stroke out. Fuck Mitch McConnell. He's a fucking... Don't get me started on that piece of shit. That dude's a fucking sellout too. Him and Lindsey Graham both. They're fucking turds. Hey, I hope he doesn't stroke out. But it wouldn't hurt the country one bit if he did. If he was to stroke out, it'd be for the best. He needs to step his ass down and let someone take over that gives a fuck about the country. That's the bottom line. I'm a firm believer all these fucking assholes that sell our country down the river, out them rooms. Just about Mitch McConnell, I'm kidding. Hell, I've ever did think alien giants, hell, whatever. Yeah, they're sellouts. And I think they're gonna, I really do believe it's fucking, call it what you want. It's sinful behavior, which means it's the worst fucking behavior to sell your own country out to people that have ill intentions for the citizens of your country so you can gain financially. I think it's a bunch of bullshit, and it's just the worst scumbag, lowest behavior possible. That's what I think. And I think in the next life, he's going to pay for it dearly. Here's the deal, man. I grew up around bikers. I went to prison. I was in prison with guys that were everything from prison gangs to just regular old Joes. Lowrider guys from Los Angeles. Every walk of life you can imagine. They had more fucking integrity than any of these fucking politicians we got nowadays. They were more patriotic to this country, even though they were doing time in prison. I mean, these dudes that run our country, these dudes in government, 90% of them are pieces of shit that would sell our country out, whitewash all the negative shit going on for $1 in their pocket. So, and especially like we're out the community I grew up around, bikers, and in prison and out, including now, they don't dig it. They got a lot more integrity than this asshole McConnell, Graham, any of these dudes. Any biker event you go to, you see American flags. People are just love this country, man, and people like Mitch McConnell really piss me off. But I know what you mean. Yep. Yeah. They really piss me off because they're fucking all of us. And so I think all of us need to wake our asses up. Not just guys that watch this channel, but guys that we know who don't watch this channel. If you watch this channel and you know guys that don't watch, that's what I'm talking about. That we need to wake them up. And, I post a lot of political bullshit on Instagram and Facebook and all, but it just, I just try to get someone to open their eyes and see what's going on. That's basically why I do that shit, I don't know. It's a crazy ass fucking world, and I just hope somebody could come along and slow it down a little bit before it gets so out of control that guys like us and our families are, before we're forced to make really bad decisions, for the right reasons. So, I don't know. I just, just keep grinding, that's my thing. How do we wake them up? They know and don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, some of these people, whether you call them whatever the fuck you want, thank you, Zach, we call them libs, dems, whatever. I mean, they'll believe this crap that's being shoved down their throat, and then you show them evidence, proof, facts that it's not true, and they just don't, they won't believe it. They just will continue right down the same path. They'll walk right off that cliff, It's just a fucked up deal, man. How do you get to that stage in life? Thank you, William DeFonso. Thank you very much. How do you get to that stage in life where you would just discount facts and proof over your own personal desires, I guess you would say, over blatant lies, I don't get it. It's just like people, like with Trump, people hated him so bad, they believed all these fucking lies and voted him out of office. Free helicopter rides, It just, and knowing that the shit that was being shoved down their throat was a lie, And so how does that relate, like, to my experience in life in prison? The same shit goes on in prison. Guys don't like someone, they start smutting them until they get them removed off the yard. Or let's say, he ain't saying anything there, did I? Yep. And let's just say a guy wants to instigate a sit down or some kind of action against staff. He'll start spreading a rumor that staff are going to do something. All that Russian bullshit. The staff are going to do this, staff are going to do that. And next thing you know, people are riled up against the staff. Same shit, all based on a lie. It's the same thing in prison, dude. The same things go on in there. Some people know how to manipulate other people, and they do it for all the wrong reasons, He used to party with Trump. Yeah, they all used to party with him. He said they all used to love him before he ran for president, like George Carlin said, man, it's a big club, and we ain't in it. So just keep that in mind, We need to grind. We need to make our money. We need to protect ourselves and our families and our friends. And that means helping people out and doing shit for your neighbor. Drove ahead with. Yep. So with that, I have to catch some sleep because I got to get up early in the morning and go to work. But I wanted to check in with the Hard Intentions family, and everything goes well. I'll hopefully check in next Saturday, and we'll kick it. You guys have a good night, man. And don't fall for their shit. Just keep grinding. Just keep doing it. Until they come to stop you, just keep doing it. Good night, Joe. God bless you, Kev. Thanks. Drifter, Rebel, Poppy. That's right. Ellie Dodger Blue, what's up, brother? Jay Will, Sonny Cat. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, man, until they come to stop you, and then you got to make that choice. But until then, just keep grinding, man, doing your thing. Good night, Big Oos. William, good night. We love you too, brother. Get out there and do it hard. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you later. And the wife's going to post some video. Hope you guys like them. Take care. Good night, War Gypsy. Good night, folks. Do it hard. Always.